Good morning, Lisa. Welcome to the Morning Muffin Show, your morning carbo load of real estate. I'm Jennifer Cotis.
And I'm Lisa Wickman, and together we are the Wickman Real Estate Group with Keller Williams in Minneapolis. Good
Yes,
morning,
we
Jen.
are.
How are you doing?
Good morning. I'm good. And we're talking about one of my favorite topics, which is rehab loans.
Rehab loans. It's good.
Mhm.
They are very good for people who don't have money to rehab a house, but they want a house to fix up.
Oh, to buy, to remodel, to do all kinds of stuff. So let's get into the meat and potatoes of this recipe. And do you want to start with FHA?
Sure. So I'm going to be talking this morning about the FHA 203K loan program. So this is an FHA-backed mortgage. First of all, we should probably maybe tell people what an FHA mortgage is, right? It's basically a mortgage insured by the Federal Housing Administration. You find an FHA-approved lender, and it's really for people who are low to moderate income borrowers. And it requires a smaller down payment, and it requires a lower credit score than a conventional mortgage. So this is just another FHA mortgage that will allow you to borrow not only the purchase price of the property, but also the repair funds needed to bring it up to whatever standard you want. I mean, and you can do a loan for up to $35,000 if you just want to do some minor repairs. Or you can go up and above beyond that if you wanted to do some structural changes. The other thing that you can do is you can actually convert a single family home into a duplex, triplex, or fourplex, and you can use that money. You can also, if you wanted to do some fixing up or do some renovation on your own home, you can also refinance with a 203K. Did you know that?
Yeah, you can take up to, well, I don't want to quote. They have special limits, amounts that you can use for that.
They do have limits. So there are some pros and cons to like everything else in the world. But, for the positive things is you only need a 3.5% down. You can go use a credit score as low, believe it or not, as 500. But if your credit score is under 580, you're going to need 10% down. Again, you have to pick a contractor who will agree to do all the paperwork. There's a lot of paperwork. So one of the cons is the timeline on this can be very lengthy because of the paperwork. You have to find a contractor who's willing to go through this process and do a lot of, well, look at that. Good morning.
Good morning, Troy. He's that amazing mason that I was telling you about that has done several chimneys for me, who came by your new place and took a look at it.
Awesome. I'll have to get together with him sometime to talk about my chimney. Anyway, but the negative on this is the amount of paperwork, because you have to have all this paperwork done ahead of time. It can extend the closing time on this. And then once the ball is rolling, you have 6 months to complete all the repairs. So that not from the time you close on the transaction, but from the time that you start your project.
Yes. And I'm going to pull up this here. One of the things that 203K loans require is that you use an FHA 203K approved contractor to make these repairs.
Yes, in some cases, the homeowner is able to do some of their own work. You obviously won't get paid for that, but in some cases you can do that. Everything has to be pre-approved.
Here's some pros and cons here, right? The pros, that credit score, a 500 permitted.
That's what I was just saying. Yeah.
That's amazing.
500. But I don't know what the interest rates are. Now, if you do have that low of a credit score, you are going to get hit with a higher credit or higher interest rate. There's no question. So you have to weigh the advantages versus the disadvantages of paying that higher interest rate. But if you're doing improvements, you know, you could possibly refinance out of that, I'm guessing, to
Mm-hmm.
get a lower one. But yes, this
Absolutely.
website that we have up here has a lot of information on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Including
go ahead and I'm gonna copy it and I will put it in these comments below, you guys. So feel free to take a look at it, okay?
And if you ever have any questions, you reach out to us via comments, via messenger, however you'd like. We'd be
Yeah,
happy to help you with any questions.
absolutely. And this is a really great website. I am just going to shift over to you pop it up. Fannie Mae home style. And I have this really great here. We'll actually compare the two next one enough. So you'll be able to see the difference side by side. So now Fannie Mae home style is conventional counterpart to that FHA 203K. So it's a conventional loan. So your what is it called? Your credit score has to be, I think, a minimum of 620, not down to that 500, but 620 is still pretty low these days. But here, right here, I think you can see this is a great side by side. The other thing about a home style renovation loan is to compare the two is this is the maximum loan to value, one unit owner occupied. And so if you can actually use this product on investment properties as well, which you can't do with the FHA. This is what they call the government rehab loan, is an FHA 203K. Here you go. You can see that right there where it says those minimum costs side by side. And this here, it has, oops, excuse me, it has, for the limits of it, is limited to 75% of the purchase price plus renovation costs or as completed appraised value. So it's actually that price and how much you can put into it varies greatly depending upon what you're doing to it. And it can be used on any project versus there are some rules and eligibility to the 203K product. Now, you can actually, the thing that I want to talk the most about this, and I'm going to switch over here, is if you can see that line right there, accessory units, guys, this is the most, I don't know if you can actually see that or not.
I can't see any of it.
Can you both see it? I made it a lot bigger. Can you see it now?
No, it's just too small for me.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
on my phone.
Oh, you're on your phone. Okay, that first box can finance accessory units, in-law suites, basement apartments, etc. Now that snowbirds can't know their bird anymore and they can't fly the coop due to COVID, and we're going to have to start having more home offices and more things like that. This is a great loan, you guys, to get that space that you need in your house. This is the product that you can use it for. Now, a 203K have some limits to in-laws and apartments and stuff like that. They have some rules for it. FHA typically does. And then upfront draws, things like that they have, easy loan delivery. The other thing that I love about this one is that you don't have to use a pre-approved contractor. You can use anyone you want as long as they fill out basically a lien waiver. So, and they of course have to follow state permit rules and stuff like that. So if it's a job that needs permits pulled, they'll expect to see those as well.
So besides some of these other things, is really the difference between the Fannie Mae home style and the FHA 203K just one is conventional and one is FHA, and the requirements are a little bit looser on the Fannie Mae?
Yes. But remember, you guys, we are not loan officers. We're real estate agents. We are speaking from a place of, and I'm going to stop sharing my screen here. We are speaking from a place of experience with buyers and sellers that have taken advantage of these things. So if you can, Right below here, just comment if you've ever used this product or your experience, or if you want more information about it. Both of these products, you have to use an approved lender, and we have lists of those people, and we'd be happy to put you in touch. If it's something that you've been kicking the can down the road, if you're trying to get the most amount of money, there's some, every that I talk to right now, I'm relate to this, has, I've got some projects to finish before I sell my home.
Oh,
have you heard that? That's like, I hear that all the time. I have some projects to finish first. And I'm like, you know what? What if you were able to get some help on this? And we'd be happy to walk you through that process.
Definitely.
I think there is a couple more. I'm just gonna pop over here real quick and pop some of these in the comments below here before we go. There's that fact sheet as well. And if you guys have any questions, I don't see any yet that popping up in the comments, but if you do, let us know. And yeah, they're very easy to use. And it's always, income and credit and stuff like that. And if you're good at keeping organized, it can be a very, very easy process, because a lot of this is all online now. Especially with COVID, we've really ramped up the use of electronic programs and apps and things like that.
That sounds good. Yeah.
All right.
I think we're good.
I think we're good too. You guys have wait, we do have one more announcement, okay? We are not going to be airing a live episode on Monday. We're going to be shooting a rerun. I have a doctor's appointment as well as my son, so I can't be here. And Lisa could do it on.
We'll see you live on Tuesday.
We'll see you live on Tuesday. If you have a topic that we've already covered and you want us to re-air on Monday, leave a comment below. We'd love to hear from you what you want to see again.
Yes.
Okay.
Have a great day, everybody.
Bye.